Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for June 11th, 2026. We've got Empires and Corn Guilds today, and we've got Trashing from Catapult, Remake, Temple. We've got plus actions from Encampment, Villa, and Crown. We've got Draw from Encampment, Carnival, Royal Blacksmith. Got gains from Villa, Jester, potentially. Remake, kind of, but not really. Okay, so Remake being the obelisk pile doesn't seem the most useful. Maybe comes into play late, but there's some additional alt VP from both Plunder and Temple and Wedding. I said both, and then I named three things, but you get the point. So, let's see. We've got two different hand size attacks in Catapult and Legionary. Ultimately, we probably do want to be playing with Legionary for that. And there's maybe an argument for skipping Catapult and going for the faster Trasher in Remake. I mean, we could potentially open both Catapult and Remake, but if we get Terminal Collision, that'll be pretty unfortunate. In all probability, because there's no way that we could draw those together and be able to play them both. There's no distribution of cards we could have that would let us hit 4 in that scenario. So we could, like I said, consider not opening with Catapult. But obviously the Catapult attack early is pretty good. We could also just kind of roll the dice on that. Hope they don't collide. We don't open Catapult, then we probably just open Silver. Could be Encampment, but Encampment would make it less likely to bottom deck Remake, of course. Maybe that is better anyway. Yeah, because, I mean, what are we going to be remaking estates into, if not Silvers? Like, maybe one Catapult. If we don't open Catapult, then that would make some sense, but otherwise, we're going to be getting Silver from Remake anyway. So it probably makes more sense to start with an Encampment. There's also Wedding, which can get us a gold early for encampments. Unlikely to come up with that initial encampment, but just something to note. So, yeah, I think it's not really worth going for the double terminal opening just to get that potentially only one additional attack in. I think I'm going to go Encampment Remake. The bot does the same. Okay. Now, do we want to take a Catapult here? Because we're going to buy an Encampment anyway. We're still going to have plenty of copper to trash. On the other hand, next turn we could have as few as 3 coins. The most we could have is 4. If we have 4, I think it probably would be a good time to pick up Wedding. And give ourselves a chance to hold on. I mean, like the dream draw is that we bottom deck the encampment, we buy Wedding, and then we top deck the gold with the encampment. In that world, we probably prefer having a catapult to a silver in the deck. Yeah, I mean, even if we don't, that doesn't end up being the case. I think that's still okay. Okay, well, we may not get to keep the encampment, but we have a chance. Oh, let's go. It is too bad we didn't draw the remake, but I cannot complain. Okay, I just want to make sure. 7, 8, -3, we have 5. So we could pick that Legionary up already. I don't actually think... No, we have 4, just kidding. Why? How did I mess that up? I don't know. Oh, because I didn't account for trashing the copper. Duh. Alright. We could buy another Wedding just to get 1 more gold into the deck. I don't think that's unreasonable. Next turn, we have on top remake, estate, copper, copper. It would be good to get another encampment, but obviously if we go for Wedding, we're not gonna be able to do that unless we have a very fortunate top deck of like encampment that we play into drawing gold or something like that. But maybe that's fine. Maybe that's fine. I would just very much like to keep the encampments that I already have. And adding a second gold makes that way more likely. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Bot gains another catapult. I don't particularly care about getting another catapult. Just take a silver. Okay, do we try the trigger the shuffle here? We have both of our golds, both of our encampments. We're only going to get 1 card into that shuffle. So it's unlikely that we see our remake. I guess we can go ahead and catapult this copper and don't have to make that call immediately. 6 coins. That last card should be a copper. And then in our discard, we have remake, 2 coppers, and a silver. I'm not seeing a lot of value in triggering the shuffle here. What I kind of want to do for plus buy is remake silver into Villa. But we could also just... We could get one now. Or we could get maybe a carnival or a crown. I think I like the carnival. Royal Blacksmith is also going to actually be pretty reasonable soon-ish. Alrighty. Nice. Gold, copper, encampment estate. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So yeah, I think we just remake. Go ahead and remake Silver into Villa right now. Estate to Silver, Silver to Villa. We're a little. We need a little bit more to be able to. Any useful like gain and play stuff here. 6, 7, 8, 9 coins. Well, maybe not. We could buy a 5 into Villa, but what would that 5 be? Well, also we have a couple more coins down there. If we... Yeah, we'd only have a 50-50 chance to draw whatever 5 we gained before getting the Villa. So, it's not ideal. Maybe better to just draw and then take, like, Crown Carnival, and then next turn aim to do some gain and play stuff. We actually have 12. So maybe we should take another Villa anyway. That would leave us with 9 and 2 buys. Nah. I think I like Crown Carnival. Oh, wow. Bottom decked 3 draw cards. Okay. In the remake. That's pretty obnoxious. And we have both of our golds here, which means we could end up having to return encampments. I mean, I guess we have a carnival down there too. Do we want to crown this catapult to get rid of our remaining copper? I mean, I do want to pick up a legionary anyway, and it's not like we need the money. All right, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 coins, which is plenty. I mean, then we can remake the catapult. Yeah, let's do it. We could also get one more villa now and go like villa encampment. Maybe just another carnival. Do kind of want to get to the plunders. Like, obviously I could buy wedding again to make it more likely that I can keep the encampments. But all else being equal, I'd rather have plunder than gold. I have 2 golds in the deck already, you know, that can activate Legionary, so... Yeah, sure. Let's do Villa, encampment. Do we really need another carnival? Like, in theory, we shouldn't. I mean, obviously, it can help us do gain and play stuff, so it's not bad. We could take another crown instead. I think about what we want at top deck. Certainly, crown looks better, because if we crown the carnival, and we're very likely to have enough money to be able to buy a villa and then still, like, play our encampments without having to return them. Yeah, let's take another crown. Okay, well, Villa Encampment will do the trick. Guess I'm discarding Remake and Encampment. Sorry, Villa Carnival, that's what I meant. This added Encampment, but they did also return an Encampment, yeah. It's a little... In the specific case of Encampment, this is a little bit confusing as a summary. Alright. I would rather crown... Would I... Wait, I was going to say I'd rather crown the Carnival, but is that even true? I mean, on the actions. And the Carnival's not going to draw that many cards anyway. Yeah, I just crown the encampment. Okay, so now... we have an encampment top decked. I'm going to get the Legionary. We could remake Catapult to Villa and Villa to Legionary. And we will retain the same number of buys that we already had. Alternatively, we could buy a villa as well as an encampment and open up the plunders. Because I mean, we still want to get a legionary, like, so not sure how much that actually helps. It might make more sense to do that later. We also, I mean, ideally we want to get 3 uniques into our discard pile for this carnival. So what would those be? If we remake Villa to Legionary and Catapult to Villa, then we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins, and then we can crown the gold to get to 12, and then we could buy... Oh no, wait, 13, because we'll have the villa that we'll remake into. We'll have 3 buys, so we could buy encampment, plunder, villa. It's not, like, perfect because the carnival doesn't draw both encampments, but that doesn't really matter anyway. The other thing we could be considering is Jester. I think, I mean, I'd rather get the Legionary now between the 2 of them. Hmm. I think either way. We want to do this. Oh, we need to keep a gold in hand for the Legionary. Hmm. So then we don't actually have the money for Encampment Plunder Villa, so never mind about that. Maybe we do take a Jester then? Take Jester Villa. And we go. So the bot's going to trigger a shuffle. If we Jester them now, we don't have access to like the card. Oh, yeah, what's the order of operations here? They discard down to 2, then draw a card. Right. So and the drawing the card is going to be what triggers the shuffle, not the. Well, if we play Legionary first, otherwise Jester will trigger a shuffle. With the 4 cards that the bot has, what did the bot do last turn? It played an encampment, set it aside. It played a catapult. It bought another encampment. So its discard pile is catapult, copper, silver, encampment. I would be happy to get the encampment. Don't really want any of the other cards particularly. What does it have in its hand? It has a remake. It has no villas. It has a carnival. It has no crowns. A remake, carnival, more silver. I have 1 silver. There's 1 silver in the trash. That's 2. The bot has 1 in its discard pile. That's 3. So it has, okay, so it has remake, silver, carnival. I guess 2 coppers? Yes. Okay. Well, what's it going to discard? Like, maybe the coppers. Maybe one of the terminals. I wouldn't mind getting another remake. Silver would be okay as well. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm going to play the Legionary first, but it's definitely not obvious. Because, like, the card I would most want to get is the Encampment, but damn it. All right. Well, it's fodder, if nothing else. Okay. I guess we'll leave this stuff alone for the moment and just go like Crown Carnival. All right, probably should crown a Carnival. Do we want to crown? I guess there's not probably much downside to that because we can always play the Legionary. Although if we don't see a gold, what are the odds that we don't see a gold? Pretty low. If we see the Jester, I'm cool crowning that. If we see an encampment, I'm cool crowning that. Yeah. Okay. Well, we could just crown another crown, of course. That seems fine. let's start by crowning the encampment. Then the bot shuffled, so we really have no notion of what's in their hand versus their deck. I'm gonna go ahead and crown the Jester. Okay, I'll take the silver. And it, yeah, that's annoying. Okay. So what do we have? We have a silver, we have another catapult. We don't have enough cards for the carnival to fully draw anyway, so I guess I'm just going to play the encampment. Okay, now we've got this catapult that we don't need, so we can remake that into a villa. We want more buys, which we probably do. Or at least... Well, let's go ahead and play the Legionary. Might as well. Conceivably, we could get another Jester, I guess. What else can we do? We're going to want to play at least one of these for buys. We're like so far ahead right now. I'm not seeing like a clear path to actually winning the game because our gains are somewhat limited. But still don't really want these silvers in my deck. I wonder if I should take like another remake. Remake catapult to villa, silver to remake. Sure, I guess. I'll do it this order, I guess. All right, so now we have a silver and a remake in our discard pile. Can definitely play one more villa. We're gonna remake the other one. We got 2 carnivals left. We definitely didn't need to crown this much draw. Oh well. Let's go ahead and play this encampment. Remake silver to villa and villa to plunder. All right. We could just do like triple plunder, buy another villa. I mean, that starts to lower piles pretty effectively. Triple plunder villa. Oh, we're not going to draw 3 plunders though. That's annoying. Crown plunder. We could draw both of those. Plus like one other 5 cost. Maybe another jester. Sure, I guess. Crown the jester, I guess. Why not? I don't really want these catapults, but fine. Alright, you can have the copper. Take one more plunder, I guess. It could be correct to take one more carnival instead. Like, just, we did add a bunch of random stop cards to our deck. Yeah. What about a Royal Blacksmith as well? Carnival Royal Blacksmith? Sure, why not? I think the bot's struggling over there. Alright. Even though I just said I didn't need to crown all that draw last turn, I'm going to crown the Carnival here. We have drawn 4 cards every single time with these Carnivals. It's crazy. Do we want to still to spend all these crowns? Well, we have one more crown. Do we want to spend it all on draw? I guess so. Wow. Just crown the Royal Blacksmith and draw everything already. That's crazy. Why not? Okay. Let's go ahead and play the Legionary, I guess. And we might as well crown a Jester, right? Okay, whatever. Oh no! No! I needed to buy that encampment first. Damn it. Okay. I guess we should get some stuff. Maybe I will buy that encampment now. What do we do with these remakes? Remake the catapult into another villa. Sure. And then could be villa to crown. And then we can play the crown on the Chester, I guess. Or it could be remake to crown. Do we need this other remake? We have this extra silver now, but that's probably fine. I'm wondering about rocks, but I don't think like gaining more silvers is doing anything that I value. All right. And play a couple more of these. Play at least that stuff. All I really want here is to get like the encampment. Well, okay, hold on. Actually, there is only one villa left. We crown villas. So Jester, we might be able to empty piles this turn. Not sure about that. We definitely don't need the VP from Plunder Crown, so we'll do that. I don't think we're going to trash the silver, so we'll do that. So we buy... Encampment, Plunder, we, yeah, Crown Villa. And then we don't crown the Jester, right? We just crown the villas. 2 buys, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that should be enough. If we have enough money. Do we have enough money? Maybe we don't have enough money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we don't have enough money. So then do we crown the Jester? Because if the Jester can manage to hit plunder, does the bot have 2 plunders? 1, 2, 3. No. So we're not going to be able to hit that plunder. Damn it. Yeah, we need to do this in a different order. And then if we hit that plunder, maybe we still wouldn't have had enough, but we wouldn't have needed one of the buys. So we would have gotten a crown, more stuff, and we would have had a couple extra coins. Anyway, I guess we might as well crown the Jester. Okay, well, whatever. And we might as well crown the plunder then. Oh, wait, hold on. And we do any... Oh, there's no villas left. Yeah, we can't do anything useful with that. Okay. Maybe buying the Royal Blacksmith was a mistake. Would have had enough money. I wouldn't have had enough money even without it, so... How many villas are in the trash? 3. So we do have a lot of villas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 encampments. So we have 11 villages in our deck. Plus the crowns. So dudding is not all too likely. But just in case, let's just do like Crown, Carnival, Royal Blacksmith. Wow! Fortunately, the bot isn't doing anything of consequence. Alright, well, we can crown this Jester. I guess I'll take the silver. And then crown a plunder. And buy nothing, probably. I mean, we could buy a remake, it's points. Sure, buy a remake. What is happening? What is happening? These jesters aren't going to be very good anymore. Alright, let's crown a Royal Blacksmith. Whee! Let's crown Carnival. Oh, we discarded cards. Oh no. Carnival. Oh no. Okay. Surely we have the win now, like trivially. We crown the Royal Blacksmith and we'd have more draw than we need. I don't think there's any reason to do that, but... We have so much draw. We have plenty of buys. I don't know if we points maximize by getting more buys or by getting more money. We need 4 buys just to empty piles. We could also do some remaking. In fact, let's not play that villa, because the piles that we want to empty are all 5-cost piles anyway. We can just remake 4 villas into a plunder and 3 crowns. Or we could also empty the rocks pile. That is more gain efficient, but it's also less useful. It does give us the option to have more buys, but like, are we going to get more than 4 provinces here? Probably not. And Crown Plunder does score points. Well, okay. Let's say that we... Three, 6, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... Yeah, it's hard to see how we're getting all the way to, like, more than 4 provinces. I guess Rocks does actually give us a decent amount of money as well, though. Well, because the silvers replace each other, so it doesn't actually. I mean, what we can do is we can then trash the rocks themselves, and then we get to retain the villas. Okay, that's the play, yes. Ba-doop. Ba-doop. Alright. Arnold's aren't going to be very good for drawing that stuff, so I'll play the Royal Blacksmith. And then... You know, in theory, I should be doing more remake stuff here, like remake silver to remake. I mean, I guess I still could. Silver to remake, rocks to crown. And now we do it again. Should we be crowning some of these villas? We're gonna have like 8 buys? Nah, we don't need buys. Yeah, we don't have any more rocks. Yeah, that's arguably slightly a mistake on my part to not is if we want to remake into the 5s, we now have to trash the villas. Maybe we want to crown a villa just for actions. We could also crown a legionary for money. I mean, I guess we could also remake the silvers into more remakes. And remake a remake, but that doesn't quite... We still have to remake a villa. It's losing money, but it is gaining... Well, it's not net gaining a remake, is it? What is that really accomplishing? I don't know. I mean, we could also just buy the crown and the plunder. We have plenty of buys. And then remake to silvers just because it's fun to have all the remakes. Sure, why not? Not all the remakes, but a lot of them. And now we have... we want to just maximize our money. We crown Legionary 3 plunders and 2 golds. We could crown the Jesters, but I don't think... I guess there is the chance that we get that plunder off of crowning Jester. So, yeah, why not? We get more points. We crown the plunders, but... like, if we get the plunder flipped, then we get money that we can spend on more points than that, so... yeah. You know, actually, now... oh, we're not going to draw the both remakes. Let's say we could... I wasn't thinking about the fact that if we gain more silver, it would let us remake into remake. We could crown the carnival, I guess. Sure. So now we remake silver to remake, and remake to plunder, I guess. Now we see if we end up spending these coins, and if not, we crown the plunders instead. Oh wait, there's already 3 piles empty. We didn't need to empty crowns. You know, I totally know what I'm doing here. So those the gold did not, crowning the gold did not give us useful money. And yeah, it's more to get a duchy than to get the last remake. Well, I'm pretty sure I came pretty far from optimizing that endgame. Obviously, it didn't matter at all. Like, the bot was just doing absolutely nothing. Wow. The fact that it ended up with 8 coppers in his deck, it was down to, like, I don't know, 2 coppers or something at one point. But those Jesters... How much copper did the bot get from Jester? It gained 2 coppers this turn. It gained nothing that turn. Gained 2 coppers that turn, so that's 4. Five. Okay, I think it's just 5. So maybe the bot was down to 3 coppers then, presumably. But yeah, that's still pretty crazy that it went from 3 coppers to 8 coppers just from my Jesters. Like, that, I don't know if that would, how expected that would be. I mean, it's a pretty small deck, so I guess the odds of revealing what was at points the most common card, even if it wasn't that common, is like pretty good. But also maybe that because I was attacking with Legionary, that it was like discarding the coppers and then makes it more likely that those hit. Anyway, yeah, so that was a pretty crazy kingdom. I think probably there was like more stuff to do with remake than I did, and like the rocks thing kind of illustrated that. Like I think if the bot took a bunch of them, but like if I had gone in for that earlier, maybe there was some like earlier pile out to be had. There's just like a lot of, I mean, I had a lot of draw, and it was hard for me to utilize all my draw. And then like because with no, I mean, the thing is with no like reliability, start of turn reliability, I just like wanted to make sure I had draw in my deck. But not to mention like a lot of the villages are stop cards. Like obviously encampments aren't, crowns can be not stop cards, but they can be stop cards depending on, you know, like we saw in the dud turn before the last one, the crowns did not save me from that. Yeah, so I added a lot of redundancy, but that also meant that I probably could have done more with remake. I think I just didn't have the like the vision for the rock stuff until the bot had already done it anyway, and I was already at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm like, what am I gonna remake to pile out? But I would bet that there was something there to be done earlier. I mean, there was like a catapult left, but I could have just bought it or something, remade an encampment into it, whatever. So I feel pretty confident that you could finish this game, or at least I could have finished this game either a couple turns faster or with an even more like explosive, you know, finish or whatever, just because of that. As for what went wrong for the bot, it felt like, so the bot attacked me with catapult like one time ever, so it felt like I got attacks in and the bot just didn't. I'm not really sure why that was the case. Let's see. So the bot had the same opening that I did. I saw the remake turn 3, which is great. The bot did too. It returned its encampment. It remade 2 copper and bought a catapult. Oh, because it didn't see any estates. Okay. That is pretty unfortunate. I mean, if you're going to get a catapult anyway, you'd rather, you know, be trashing estates with remake. But, and then I got the dream draw that I was talking about, where I got the wedding turn 3 without seeing the encampment, and then I top decked the gold, not like as one of the 5 cards that I drew, but I drew it with the encampment. And then I had gotten another encampment that also got to reveal a gold. Like, that was amazing. Like, this was, I think I didn't return an encampment all game, which is pretty ridiculous. And then because I got the dream draw, I got to buy wedding again, which meant that then, yeah, I mean, I was just going to have like enough reliability there to be able to keep my encampments. So yeah, that was fantastic. And then this turn wasn't even bad because I was like, okay, I top decked a bunch of bad cards, but I get to do the remake stuff, whatever. Meanwhile, the bot got this catapult. It draws its crap hand and buys an encampment. Like, okay. And it draws copper remake 2 estates in catapult. I attacked with catapult. Okay, this is a weird discard to me though. Like, I would discard copper catapult and just remake the 2 estates. Like, what do you and why are you taking another catapult there? Like, yeah, if you're planning to remake the catapults anyway, it doesn't really matter versus a silver, but like you might draw like in such a way that, hey, the silver is useful. And I'd rather have the option to have the silver. Yeah, so I think that's, both of those things are weird to me. Like, I would have remade both estates. I mean, getting thinner with the copper trash like definitely has its benefits, but you've got especially if you're taking another catapult, like you can trash the coppers with the catapult. Like, you're gonna want to have some money in your deck so you can buy something because you're getting hit by a catapult attack. Anyway, especially because at this point, like, the bot had been taking encampments but didn't have a gold or a plunder, of course. So then I did not attack here. Play copper estate encampment, play encampment, draw copper estate. buy encampment on 4. Yeah, I don't really like that either, for the reason that it's just like treading water. Like, you still don't have the ability to keep the encampment. The bot, I think at this point, this was the only encampment in its deck. So, like, if it bought Wedding here, it's not like, oh, now you can keep your encampments because we don't have any encampments, I think. But I think it still would have been correct to either buy Wedding or possibly Villa. Like, just something that is, like, actually going to stay in your deck and, like, do anything. You make 2 catapults, encampment, copper. Then act, so it's down to remake catapult encampment. Plays encampment, remakes several okay, so one of the catapults goes away at this point. Or remakes a state catapult rather. Still sitting on 1 encampment and no gold. No, it's got remake estate villa. Okay, that makes some sense. Yeah, I remember this, that the bot remade its villa into a carnival. The problem is that the bot still has no permanent source of plus actions in its deck. And very little money, although it did just remake an estate into a silver. So now at this point it has 2 silvers. But it's just like already so far behind. So, like, I mean, I guess, you know, I was first player and I got the dream draw. So that's all obviously amazing for me. So the bot would have been playing from behind regardless. But I also don't like its decision making for the most part after the opening. And I think in particular, like, Wedding is like a good way to like get your deck to a point where it can actually do things, because if you can keep encampments, and like I wasn't by any means guaranteed to be able to keep my encampments, but at least gave me this shot. And I would have, you know, as I'm thinning down, it would have become more likely. And then like the gold itself also helps you buy stuff, which it's otherwise hard to do when you're getting catapult attacked and playing remake and catapult, and like you just don't have that much money, and having a gold in the deck can help with that. And it can help you afford Wedding again, which then, you know, the second gold also means that you're that much more likely to keep encampments and you have more money and blah blah blah. So I don't know. I think, yeah, the bot never got, like, it did eventually get a plunder, but it never got a gold, and it took forever for it to get the plunder too. Like, it basically had to wait until I opened up the pile. It was like, you know, 10 turns in or something. So it was just never doing anything. All right, well, in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.